You are about to see a demonstration of CONNX Solutions' change data capture tool, CONNX DataSync. But first we would like to give you a little background on CONNX DataSync and provide an overview of what you're going to see during this demonstration. CONNX DataSync is a change data capture extension of CONNX that provides robust, optimized, and scalable solution for gathering incremental data changes in both non- and relational data environments and moving that change data in the most efficient means possible to a new data target that fits the same criteria. DataSync utilizes the engine of CONNX for its database connectivity. Kurt will now show you these capabilities through a demonstration of CONNX DataSync.
My name is Kurt Jensen. I'm a technical support representative at CONNX Solutions and will demonstrate the movement of RMS to SQL Server with the CONNX DataSync tool and the unique features of this tool. First, we need to take a look at the data dictionary. And in here you can see that we have our RMS database container with 5 tables, and it's pointing to our pizza server, which is an alpha server. First and foremost, we need to import our SQL Server destination so that we have some place to synchronize to. So let me go through and get that set up. And I've created a blank webcast database on the SQL Server. And as you can see, we have no tables that are available, so we're going to bring in just an empty database container for the SQL Server. Let's go ahead and save this, and we'll close it. And in SQL Server here, you can see that we have our tables, and we have no tables listed under the webcast database. So at this point, let's go ahead and open up DataSync. On the initial opening of DataSync, what it will do is it will create a CONNX stored database container within the data dictionary. This is our own database that will reside on this local computer, and it maintains the information in regards to the synchronizations. There we go. Okay, we are within DataSync now. And on our settings tab here, you can see we have a variety of different options. First and foremost, we must select the default destination, which is going to be our SQL Server machine. We have a setting here called full reload threshold. What that does is when an automatic synchronization is selected, it will analyze the source data, and if there is more than 20% changes, it will automatically switch to a full sync. If there is less than 20% changes in the source data, it will run an incremental synchronization and will only grab the adds, changes, and deletes. We also have max worker threads here. That is set to 4. So in essence, what that will do is that will synchronize 4 source tables to 4 destination tables at one time. We also give you the ability to alter the full synchronization behavior. You can choose to drop and recreate the target table as needed, or you can choose to purge the target table and preserve the schema with a delete from or truncate table. Here on the Tables tab, what this tab will do is it will show you the available source tables that you can synchronize from. You can choose to highlight one or more and then select Sync Now, and that will synchronize the tables that you've selected. We also have groups where you can group existing tables into a single group, and we're going to go ahead and make one and call it Test, and we're going to add them all. And you can choose to synchronize that with the Sync Now button as well, and that will synchronize all 5 tables at one time within the group that you've just created. We also have the Schedule tab, and here you can schedule a group or table that you would like to have synchronized and when you would like to synchronize that. Within this, we're not going to run a scheduled synchronization today, but I will take you through the setup process and some of the options that you do have. We have the ability to select the synchronization type within our Schedule tab from automatic, incremental, or full. And down here on the bottom, you have synchronization tasks where you can put a path into a batch file or a script that will be triggered before the sync, on successful sync, or if the sync failed. And the meat and potatoes within our scheduling setup is here. in the recurrence pattern, where you can set the date selection to trigger every X amount of days, or you can specify specific days to run the synchronization. Under time selection, you can choose to trigger it every X amount of hours or every X amount of minutes, and then specify between what hours you want those triggered. Or you can select to trigger it at a specific time. This gives you a lot of versatility to be able to run synchronizations after hours when the systems are not operational. Let's go back to our Groups tab, and we're going to go ahead and run a on-demand sync on our group. Since this is our first synchronization, we are going to run a full sync on this. One note I do want to add is when you run a scheduled synchronization, you will not see the data synchronization window or the processing estimates window. It will run as a process on the machine in the background. And there we go. As you can see in here, we do maintain statistics in regards to the group sync, and as well under the Tables tab you will see we have statistics for the individual tables that are within the group. It will show you when the start and the end time of the synchronization, how many rows were synchronized, inserted, updated, deleted, the synchronization type, and the status code. There's also a status description area here, and that would actually be populated if the status code was failure. It would give you a brief description of what that error is. So since we've done our initial synchronization, let's go ahead and close this down, and let's take a look at our Microsoft SQL Server and take a look at our tables. And here we go. Let's go take a look at the actual data within the customers table from our RMS source database. Here we go, there's our data. And as you can see over here, we do have the ACD, the transaction log tables for each of the source tables that we've synchronized. Now, we did a full synchronization, so there will not be any information in there at all until there is an incremental, or actually a second synchronization is done that has any sort of changes within it. So we'll go ahead and close these down. And then let's go into Infonaut. This is our query tool, and we're going to go ahead and change some data so that we can trigger an incremental sync. Okay, we've made our connection. So let's go into the RMS customers table, and we're going to go ahead and change the customer state on these. Okay, we've changed 8 of the records. There's 63, so this should trigger an incremental. And then let's go into the product groups, and we're going to make more changes than the 20% full threshold so that we can actually trigger a full. So consequently, we're going to make changes to 5 of these records, which will be 33% of the table. Okay, there's those changes. So we're going to go ahead and close this down, and let's go back into DataSync, and we'll rerun that group as an automatic this time, so we actually have DataSync doing the analysis for us. And as I said, we're going to leave it at automatic. Let's go ahead and run that. Now you see we have the CRC collection, and it's analyzing, and then down here we have switching to full, so that it read off of the full reload threshold and switched to a full because it did surpass the 20%. Okay, let's go ahead and once again, our statistics. We have 13 rows that were updated. It was an automatic sync this time, and the status code was success. So let's go back into our customers table and just see those changes. There they are. There's all of our new data that we just synchronized with our incremental. And let's go into the transaction log. And this is our primary key in that source table, so we can always look to see that this record was changed because it has a C. And then let's go to the product groups as well. And there is our data in there. And our transaction log for that. And it shows the primary key and what happened to that record. I would like to thank you for your time and interest in our product. Please feel free to contact our sales department if you believe that DataSync may fit your company's needs.